Welcome to this vital Elixir explainer, where our whole mission is to help you age with real strength, independence, and absolute vitality. Today, we're tackling something that brings so many adults over 45 to a screeching halt. I'm talking about the terrifying, stabbing agony of gallbladder attacks. But more importantly, we're going to look at what the science actually says about safely clearing out biliary sludge without falling for those sketchy internet trends. So if you're looking for honest, practical ways to keep your digestion running smoothly as you get older, you are definitely in the right place.
Okay, picture this. You just finished a nice dinner. Maybe it was a rich meal, or honestly, maybe it was just a healthy, low-fat salad. And then, out of nowhere, this relentless stabbing pain grips your upper right abdomen. It literally takes your breath away, right? It radiates straight through your chest and burrows deep into your right shoulder blade. It's incredibly scary, it makes you nauseous, and it often leads to an ultrasound showing gallstones or thick biliary sludge. The next thing you know, a doctor is recommending surgery, and suddenly you're just plain terrified to eat anything at all.
Now, before we go a single step further, I need to be absolutely clear about your safety. If you ever feel that severe upper right pain and it's accompanied by a fever, chills, or you notice your skin or the whites of your eyes turning yellow, a condition we call jaundice, you need to get to the ER immediately. No waiting around. In medicine, this combo is called Charcot's triad, and it means you might have a life-threatening bile duct blockage or infection. If your gallbladder is actively infected, surgery isn't just an option, it is a life-saving necessity. We never, ever mess around with an acute medical emergency.
But to understand how we can gently wake up a sluggish gallbladder before it gets to that emergency stage, let's use an analogy. I want you to think of healthy bile as your body's built-in dish soap. Your liver makes it, your gallbladder stores it, and it's absolutely essential for breaking down dietary fats and absorbing crucial vitamins like A, D, E, and K. But here's the catch. When the gallbladder doesn't empty out regularly, the water in that bile gets reabsorbed. So your slick flowing dish soap turns into this thick, sticky mess that's super saturated with cholesterol. It literally transforms into a stagnant pool of what we call biliary sludge.
And you might be wondering, who is most at risk here? Well, women in perimenopause and menopause make up a massive 75% of this demographic. They are 3 times more likely to develop gallstones than men as they cross that age 45 threshold. And it's all because of entirely natural hormonal shifts. You see, as estrogen fluctuates, it actually increases the concentration of cholesterol in your bile. Meanwhile, progesterone slows down the physical squeezing action of the gallbladder itself. Put those two together, and you've got the perfect recipe for stagnation.
Now, remember how we were all told for decades that a low-fat diet was the golden ticket to heart health? Well, that well-intentioned advice is often the real culprit behind all this gallbladder stagnation. Here's why. When you eat dietary fat, your gut releases a really important hormone called CCK. Think of CCK as a text message to your gallbladder saying, "Hey, we've got fat to digest down here, give us a squeeze." If you've been eating a low-fat or zero-fat diet for years, your gut just never sends that text message. The gallbladder never squeezes, and that natural dish soap just sits there, slowly crystallizing into thick sludge.
Scam number 1 is probably the most famous one out there, the olive oil and lemon flush. You've probably seen influencers pushing this, telling you to chug a massive glass of pure olive oil and lemon juice to magically flush out your stones. And sure enough, people see little green stones in the toilet the next day and think they're cured. But listen to me, those are not gallstones. They are saponified soap balls. By mixing a massive dose of oil with lemon juice and your own stomach acid, you're literally just doing a basic chemistry experiment in your gut. You're creating and passing soft little balls of soap, all while your actual gallstones stay completely trapped inside.
And not only is that flush completely fake, it's actually really dangerous. Forcing that much fat into a sluggish system all at once can trigger violent abdominal spasms, which could lodge a real stone right into your bile duct and cause acute pancreatitis. No thank you. Scam number 2 is the knee-jerk reaction of going on a permanent zero-fat diet. As we just learned, zero fat means zero CCK hormone, which pretty much guarantees your sludge is just going to get thicker. And finally, scam number 3, taking random bile salt supplements on an empty stomach. They can be useful if your gallbladder has already been removed, for sure, but taking them incorrectly can severely burn your colon and cause massive digestive distress.
All right, let's focus on what actually works. We're going to build a very simple, sustainable protocol together, step by step. First, we'll gently trigger the gallbladder to squeeze. Second, we'll introduce a specific nutrient to keep that cholesterol dissolved. Third, we'll use a neat breathing trick for a mechanical massage. And fourth, we'll use a colon sponge to safely sweep all that old, toxic bile right out of your body. Let's break these down.
Step 1 is the bitter CCK trigger. We want to train your gallbladder to contract smoothly without overwhelming it with some giant, heavy, greasy meal. The science actually shows that the most powerful natural trigger for releasing CCK isn't just fat, it's bitter compounds. So about 15 minutes before you eat, try having a tiny side salad of bitter greens, like arugula, dandelion greens, or radicchio. Or honestly, just a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and water, or a few drops of a high-quality herbal digestive bitter on your tongue works too. It sends a direct, gentle signal right down your vagus nerve, telling your gallbladder, hey, wake up, it's time to work.
Moving on to step 2, we have phosphatidylcholine, or PC for short. I like to call this the cholesterol keeper. Remember, gallstones form when there's too much cholesterol and not enough stuff to keep it dissolved in liquid form. Well, PC is the main molecule your liver uses to do exactly that. As we get older, our natural PC levels can start to drop, which is when those crystals form. You can easily support your body here by enjoying pasture-raised egg yolks, which are packed with PC and choline, or by looking into a high-quality PC supplement, usually derived from sunflower lecithin, to really help keep that bile thin and flowing.
Okay, step 3 is honestly fascinating because it is entirely mechanical. Your gallbladder doesn't have a strong muscular pump of its own. It literally relies on the physical mechanics of your breathing to move the bile. It sits tucked right up under your liver, just beneath your right diaphragm. If you're always taking shallow, stressed-out chest breaths, your gallbladder just sits there, completely stagnant. But if you practice deep 360-degree belly breathing for just 5 minutes before a meal, your diaphragm pushes down and physically massages the liver and gallbladder. It's a completely free, relaxing way to physically pump that organ and prevent pooling.
And our final step, fix number 4, is the soluble fiber sponge. Check this out. Your liver dumps old hormones and waste into your bile so it can leave your body in your stool. But if you aren't eating enough soluble fiber, up to 90% of that old sludgy bile gets reabsorbed through your intestines and dumped right back into your bloodstream. To stop that gross recycling process, you've got to eat a daily fiber sponge. Think chia seeds, ground flax seeds, psyllium husk, or a good bowl of oats. This soluble fiber acts like a net, safely binding to the old bile in your colon and escorting it out of your body. And the best part? It forces your liver to pull fresh cholesterol out of your blood to make brand new, clean bile.
So the big takeaway here is this: your biliary system actually wants to flow. If you just give it the right chemistry and mechanical support, it may very well keep your digestion running smoothly and comfortably for years to come. By ditching the fear-based diets and those dangerous internet quick fixes, and instead adopting these 4 gentle, sustainable habits, you are empowering your body to do exactly what it was designed to do. Because at the end of the day, aging with strength is all about working with your body's natural mechanics, not against them.
Now, because we value your safety above everything else here at Vital Elixir, I do want to give you a quick, gentle reminder. Always consult with your healthcare provider or a trusted gastroenterologist before making any major changes to your diet or starting any new supplements. This is especially crucial if you're managing any chronic conditions or taking medications. These science-backed steps can be fantastic for supporting healthy digestion, but they should always be personalized to your unique health profile by a doctor who knows you best.
So I'd really love to hear from you now. Have you ever experienced the nightmare of a gallbladder attack? Or, hey, were you ever told to try that crazy olive oil flush? Let's talk about it down in the comments below and tell me, which of these 4 safe everyday fixes are you going to try first? If you found this explainer helpful and it gave you some practical tools to use, please go ahead and like this explainer and subscribe to Vital Elixir. We are dedicated to bringing you the honest, science-backed guidance you need to keep your independence, mobility, and confidence as you age. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today, and I absolutely can't wait to see you in our next one.
Thank you for your time. Subscribe for more health education. Like the video and share it to help others stay informed.